The people have requested my comeback to do tutorials. I've heard all the comments. Didn't you start your YouTube giving out tutorials and how to? Yes, I did, but I had to provide the game in a different way. But requested though, I had to put the apron back on. For the people that don't know, my original job, and still is full time, is restoring and customizing. But I also like to make money talking shit in front of the camera because I have to. The game needed me. If you don't know, I started making YouTube or really talking crazy on here because I just felt like the sneaker game was boring. Every time I get on here, y'all talk about the same old, same. Sneaker content creators have been boring to me, bro. I'm no disrespect to me. You ain't got a name. All they talk about is hype, 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 hype. Same old, same old, same old, same old, same old, same old. That's why I had to put my game into it. But I'm back. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna give y'all one tutorial. I might, depending on how this video do, I might give y'all some more. But yeah, y'all about to title, y'all already know what we working on, man. Y'all already know what we working. Oh, I can't get it out. Hold on. We got gratitudes, man. Gratitudes. Yes. We finna black these out. I'm tired of talking, man. Let's get started. Y'all already know. First thing first, remove them laces. We preparing for a prep, man. First thing we gotta do is acetone this leather. Acetone the leather will get all the factory coating off the shoe so you can begin painting. This is very important because this is how you get the paint to stick for a very long time, etc., etc. So always prep the leather. I'm super low on tape, but this is a trick that I learned a long time ago. A lot of people would just use like the whole little strip. If you're low on tape, easy way to be cheap and save a lot of tape, cut it in half. It's just that simple. I don't need that much tape. The reason I'm even taping in the first place is because when I do begin the dye process, I don't want like little speckles getting all over the place and shit. It'll save you time for the cleanup. It'll just save you time. I just don't like the little speckles going on. It's kind of like a cautious thing. So yeah. One important step that I see a lot of customizers on these platforms skip every time is dyeing the leather. Dyeing the leather will help with the longevity of the custom. I do not want to see this client ever again talking about, oh, I need this and that on my shoe. Could you fix that part? If I do have to see them, it's going to be very small fixes. Because what these people don't tell you about customs, they don't last forever. They will need touch-ups in the future. But dyeing the leather will help the longevity, like I said. Very small touch-ups, if any, at that. Regular leather dye from Angelus will do. You don't need nothing special. I'm just using the old brush that I've been using for like 10 years. It's still in the game. Just dye the whole leather. Make sure you hit every crack and crevices at that. And then you're done. It should look something like this. It don't have to be perfect. As you see, I didn't want to get that close to the jump, man. Like, it just pretty much got to look like this. You just hitting all the spots that you know that's going to crease. Like, you done wore a shoe before, bro. I don't really have to explain this to you, but this is what leather dye is for. Just, it don't have to be perfect, but make sure you get majority of it. I'm not going to lie. I don't know if I'm ready to explain the soles, but it's time to dye the soles. Just know this is a completely different dye. It's some powerful stuff. You get one shot at this. You really get one shot at any dye process, but when you dyeing souls, one shot. Once you decide what the color you want, ain't no going back. Since we're doing black, like I said, we don't have to be as careful, but one shot only. So yeah, some very powerful stuff. I'm thinking about selling this on the site soon where I sell my other products like the Dre sauce and all that stuff like that. But yeah, this stuff is very powerful. Yeah, let's get straight to work. Let me repeat myself for the people in the back that's a little hard-headed. This dye is very powerful. This is not the same stuff as the leather dye. This is for the soles and translucent soles. This stuff is powerful. You get one shot. Now, luckily me, I'm doing a blackout. I don't have to be as careful, but you know, some orders, like I have blacked out foam posits before, etc., etc. I can't touch that foam posit material. It'll be ruined. Luckily, that's never happened. But if you prepare yourself, like I'm preparing myself now, like I don't really want speckles to hit on the patent leather. I don't really think nothing's going to happen. I don't want to take the chance. So I take my time with this dye. Make sure I do the whole soles. Like, I'm going to be honest too. I can get it on the midsole. Like I said, we're doing a blackout. I want it on the midsole also because the midsole is the first area that will crack when the person does wear it. But if I dye the soles, it's not. But I don't want to get it close to the patent leather. You kind of see what I'm going through. I'm going to talk about that part later. But yeah, just take your time. Don't hit that carbon fiber, nothing like that. You should be good. After you're done with dyeing the soles and getting what you got to do with the midsoles, make sure you let these sit for like 24 hours. You got to let that dye marinate. Let it marinate, people, man. I like to let it sit for 24 hours, like I said, and then I begin the painting process. Now we're entering the easy part, but probably the longest part of the custom is the painting part. I'm using flat black paint from Angelus. Do not use any other paint. Now, it is other brands that's solid that you could do shoes with, but everybody uses Angelus is the simple way. Use flat black only. Do not use any other sheen of black. Flat black looks professional. When I do these customs, listen, you want them to look like they came out the store. I do not want to see any shitty customs from y'all. Flat black only. When I begin painting, I'm making sure I hit every crack and crevice. Like I said, this is going to be a long part. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, you gonna be here for a little minute. Like, I only did one shoe for the video. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Because the other one, you feel me? It should took about 3 hours. But perfection though, man. You take your time. Angular brushes, man. You can get them from anywhere. I get mine from Dollar General. Like, get you some good brushes, bro. I promise you, the work is going to pay. I'm going to give you a few pointers, too, with the tongue, bro. Take your time. Again, the tongue could be a little bit of a bitch. I'm not going to even hold you because you got to get deep in there. If you don't want to touch, like, the sides that I like to keep white, tape it up. Me, personally, I don't do it. But, like, the tongue could be a bitch. You then they got to pull the whole tongue out to really paint the shoe. But, like, once you get every crack and crevice like I told you to get, you should be good, man. That's probably the most difficult part. Like, a lot of twisting and turning with the tongue. Now with the Jumpman, I told you as about a bunch of brushes. Make sure you got a tiny angular brushes so you can hit them more cracks and crevices. This is the hardest part, but it's not really hard though, bro. I don't know if I'm saying that because I've been doing this a long time, but it's really not that hard, bro. Like, a small brush to get between that Jumpman, I promise you're going to be just fine. Like, I like to do about 2 laps around a Jumpman, and after that is good. I consider myself a professional at my job, but I ain't perfect. When you paint that Jumpman, you're going to get paint on the Jumpman. I promise you that. But a tip for me is, like, I like to use a little toothpick and just pick it off. Gently pick it off. Don't pick too hard where you get the knocking the gold off and shit. But you pick a little around the Jumpman where you got paint at, it's gonna come right off. I promise you. All right, y'all, stick with me. We damn near wrapping up. We just got to do this midsole. The midsole that's completely dry from the old dye, the Stroke Super Strong one that I told you about. It's time to finish it off with the leather dye. Do the edges. Do the edges. Make sure you hit every part of the edge. Get close to the pattern leather as much as possible, but make sure you don't want to see no white when you begin painting the midsole. I tell you that. Same thing apply for the leather. Everything you dyed must be painted. That whole midsole. Do not miss a spot. But this is the easy part. Like, we damn near finished. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, do the midsole part. This one I know I'm wrapping up. And after that, man, lace these boys up, man. And look how they came out. This is what you call a clean cut finish. This is I wouldn't even put this in intermediate. This is a pretty easy custom that anybody can do. A nice beginner's project. You could never go wrong with a blackout. Like, blackouts are always the easiest. They just a little time consuming because you want to hit everything that want to be black. You feel me? But yeah, they clean. Let me know in the comments what you think, man. I like helping the people. Should I do more tutorials?